In a lush green forest, nestled beside a tranquil pond, there lived a small frog named Felix. Felix was a vibrant little creature with emerald green skin and bright golden eyes. Despite his colorful appearance, Felix carried a secret burden. He was deeply afraid of almost everything around him. Whether it was the rustling of leaves in the wind, the shadow of a passing bird, or the sound of distant thunder, Felix would freeze in fear, his tiny heart racing with anxiety. One day, as Felix sat on his favorite lily pad, staring at his reflection in the water, he felt a familiar pang of deep fear in his chest. The wind had started to pick up, causing ripples on the surface of the pond, and the sky had grown darker with the promise of a storm. Felix's mind began to fill with worry. What if the storm is too strong? What if I get swept away? He thought to himself, his heart pounding. Just then, an old wise turtle named Tiberius emerged from the water. Tiberius had seen Felix's fear many times before, and today he decided it was time to help the little frog overcome it. With a slow and deliberate movement, Tiberius climbed onto the lily pad beside Felix. Felix, my friend, I see the fear in your eyes, but I want to share something with you, a secret that will help you turn your fear into something powerful, something you can use to grow stronger and more courageous. Felix looked up at Tiberius, his curiosity piqued. How can I do that? I'm always so scared, he replied, his voice trembling. Tiberius smiled gently and began to speak. Close your eyes, Felix, and take a deep breath. Feel the cool air fill your lungs, and as you exhale, imagine that you are releasing all your worries, letting them drift away like leaves on the wind. Felix did as Tiberius instructed, closing his eyes and taking a deep breath. As he exhaled, he could almost see his fears floating away, carried off by the breeze. Now, Tiberius continued, I want you to picture the thing that scares you the most. It could be the dark clouds above or the sound of thunder. Imagine it clearly in your mind, but instead of shrinking away from it, I want you to step closer, to face it with curiosity. Notice how, as you get closer, it starts to lose its power over you. Felix hesitated for a moment, but then pictured the dark clouds and the looming storm. At first, the image made him feel small and afraid, but as he followed Tiberius's instructions and imagined himself stepping closer, he noticed something remarkable. The clouds began to seem less menacing, and the storm no longer felt so overwhelming. Now, Felix, Tiberius said softly, imagine that your fear is like a wave of energy, a force that you can harness. See yourself gathering that energy, drawing it into your heart and transforming it into courage. Feel how that courage makes you stronger, more confident, more in control. As Felix visualized this, he felt a warmth spread through his chest. The fear that had once paralyzed him was now a source of strength, fueling his courage. He imagined himself standing tall, ready to face any challenge that came his way. Tiberius continued, whenever you feel fear in the future, remember this moment. Remember that fear is just energy waiting to be transformed. You have the power to change it into courage, to use it to propel yourself forward. And each time you do, you'll grow stronger, more resilient, more capable of facing anything life throws at you. Felix opened his eyes, feeling a sense of calm and confidence that he had never experienced before. The storm clouds still hung in the sky, but they no longer filled him with dread. Instead, he saw them as a challenge, an opportunity to practice his newfound courage. With a nod of gratitude to Tiberius, Felix leapt from the lily pad and swam across the pond. As the first drops of rain began to fall, he felt a thrill of excitement rather than fear. He knew that from now on, whenever fear tried to take hold of him, he could transform it into something powerful, something that would help him grow. And as you think of Felix's journey, let his story sink into your mind, planting seeds of transformation within you. The next time you feel fear rising within, remember that you have the power to step closer, to face it with curiosity, and to turn that fear into courage. You are in control of your emotions, and with each breath, you can transform your fears into actions that drive you towards becoming courageous. Just as Felix did, you too can find the strength to face any storm, knowing that within you lies the power to overcome.